Good morning from Niagara Falls. We are here at the Niagara Parks Station and we are really showcasing what's new, upcoming, what's cool this summer season for you to bring the entire family to explore. I'm being joined by James, and James is one of the tour guides here. And James, this is a section I have yet to visit, the Tesla area. This is so cool. Tell me about this space.
Yeah, so we're lucky to have this with us this summer. It's on loan from Belgrade, Serbia. The Nicola Tesla Museum there has been kind enough to lend us some artifacts that show the life and work of Nicola Tesla, and eventually here their contribution to our power station. Nicola Tesla was a significant figure here in Niagara and harnessing the power of the river along with a guy named George Westinghouse.
Okay, and what are we looking at here? This is the actual coil, right? This was the big inventions. It says it's the mother of all patents.
So his alternating current generator motor, okay, was his contribution to this power station. Okay, yes, he had many other inventions as well, but he teamed up with a guy named George Westinghouse, okay, to create alternating current hydroelectricity here.
Very cool. And I love how this whole kind of museum is really interactive. It's so good for kids. Kids can come, press the buttons, and learn at the same time.
Yeah, so as a kid too, I always don't remember a whole lot about Nicola Tesla. So it's a very good introduction to him, many of his inventions as well. Yep. Had a lot to do with radio waves and signals. That's what you're looking at there.
Cool.
Yep. So if you know the remote control car,
yeah,
okay, he actually did a demonstration of a remote control boat in Madison Square Garden.
Wow. Okay, so I mean, this guy's got some backing. And when we relate it, because we think of Tesla, we automatically think of the vehicle, right?
Yeah, and that's okay, because in our electric vehicles,
yep,
and yes, the Tesla vehicles, we have an alternating current motor. So that's where that name came from.
That's so cool. Now, these were shipped to you guys, and how long does this exhibit run for?
Yeah, it runs through to October 13th, okay? It will be on full display. We have lots of interactive things for the kids. So as these kids are looking at, that was a very large Tesla coil. So the idea of this was to distribute electricity through the air, not using wires, which is pretty cool.
Wow, that is next level technology. Now, I mean, this is such a big space. When you come in and do this tour, you can also kind of go downstairs and explore, right?
Absolutely. So yes, we have our Nicola Tesla exhibit here. We have our regular museum for the power station itself.
Yep.
Okay. And then you get to see the inner workings of our building. So 180 feet below us, we have a glass elevator that takes you down to our tunnel, and the tunnel takes you to a platform where you see Niagara Falls.
And it's such a cool view of Niagara Falls.
Absolutely.
Like,
one of the best views you can ask for. It gives you a very good panoramic view from down there. Sometimes you're lucky and you get rainbows. You can also come see the lights and the
you
fireworks
get really wet
at night.
sometimes.
You get wet sometimes.
Okay, now
yes.
this is what the kids were playing with earlier, and I'm gonna bud the line, and I am going to test this out. Now, what is this?
So this is just a small version of his Tesla coil. Okay, it's gonna, when you press the button, it's gonna look like lightning bolts coming from the coil.
Are you supposed to put your hand in there?
She's gonna stick her hand in there. Yep, absolutely.
Wait, push the button first?
Nope, put your hand in there first.
Oh gosh.
Yep.
This is a bit nerve-wracking.
It's totally safe. Okay, when she presses that green button, you're gonna hear a little bit of a loud noise.
Okay.
And you're gonna see that lightning bolt gets attracted to that hand a bit.
Okay, are we ready for this? Okay, coming up, we are going to be checking out the tunnel, so make sure you stay with us. There's so much coming up from Niagara Falls on Morning Live. Okay, after a long walk down the tunnel, but it's a really good way to get your steps in, James.
Absolutely.
Because you get rewarded with the most magnificent view of Niagara Falls, a view that so many people haven't seen until now. When was this tunnel built?
Yep, so construction of this tunnel, 1901 to 1905. Wow. Okay. 5.7 million bricks were laid by hand to build the tunnel in the lower portion of our wheel pit. We were up and running in 1905 with a couple alternating current generators.
But us, we couldn't come and see it until?
Until about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
4 years ago, we opened to the public. It's been very well received. Obviously, you can see a lot of kids here. It's been a great learning tool for them.
Totally.
But also a different perspective here down on our platform of both the American Falls and our Canadian Falls.
Yeah, because you've been able to come down and go behind the falls, and then of course you can see them from up top. top and get a beautiful view. But this is really something.
Absolutely, and for someone who doesn't want to go on the boat, this is a very, very good substitution. You can kind of get the feeling on what it might like to be on that boat.
Yeah, without actually having to, get seasick.
Exactly.
If you suffer from that. But so many people come down here and they enjoy it. So let's talk a little bit more about the history. It was built in the early 1900s, over 5 million?
5.7 million bricks were laid by hand.
5.7 million. And I mean, these people were getting paid like 17 cents an hour.
Yeah, they weren't getting paid a whole lot, but it was a good job. Okay, they were mostly immigrants. They were Scottish, Irish, Italian, British. They liked to work hard. Okay, there were also other power stations in this area being built at the same time. So it was a very unique point of time where we were building things fast and we were building them very well too.
Well, and that's the thing, is we were kind of walking down here. I was asking James some questions, and it was like, so what's up with these little tiny cracks, and why are there bricks missing in this area? But it's all done with purpose.
Yeah, the structural integrity of that tunnel has not changed in about 120 years.
That's
so
crazy.
For anyone too who has maybe a little claustrophobic, it's a nice big tunnel.
Big, yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice big tunnel, and it's easy to walk down. We have a nice path. It's nice and paved.
Oh,
if you have strollers or those big wagons for your kids,
wheelchair accessible.
Very accessible.
Yeah, I mean, it is one of the best attractions here in Niagara Parks. Now, is it true that there are tunnels throughout the entire city?
There are a lot of hidden tunnels, old and new tunnels
That's
as
cool.
well. So as I said, there are other power stations right in this area around the falls. A lot of people don't know they actually exist. And yes, for example, there's a tunnel right outside our building, underneath our parking lot. There was a tunnel for Toronto Power Generation. It discharged the water directly behind the curtain of the falls. So new tunnels take water to our current power stations now.
Yep.
About 10 kilometers from here. Adam Beck 1 and 2 have been fully renovated. So under Stanley Avenue, you have some very, very large tunnels.
Wow,
Yes.
It's so neat that you learn these little hidden gems when you come to Niagara Parks. Of course, you can get all the information on the website. We are actually going to be heading over to Table Rock to check out the new ride. Have you seen it yet?
I've seen it. I want to go on it really bad.
It looks fun.
I hope I get a sneak peek.
Okay, well, when it opens, me and you, we're doing it.
Okay.
All right, there's lots more coming up on Morning Live, but for now, I'll send things back inside the studio. Well, we've made our way to the top of Table Rock Center, and we're about to showcase something really, really exciting, to the point where actually it's not even open yet. It's kind of a bit of a secret. I'm being joined by Chris from Niagara Parks. It's really not a secret. Everybody knows that you've got this new attraction coming. It's going to be opening up this summer.
Yeah, August 29th. So this is Niagara Takes Flight.
Okay.
This is our marquee area. So you look behind us here, we're in construction, final construction right now. You can see this is a replica of the Rainbow Bridge that we're building that's going to span the entry into the attraction.
Okay.
And behind here we have the video wall that's going to have the falls on it. So this is going to be where people enter into Niagara Takes Flight.
Oh, this is so cool. And how long has it taken to even get to this point?
So the project itself, from concept to now, we've been working on it for about 2 years.
Okay.
Construction in here began last September.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, a lot's happened. So we're walking now through some of the immersive pre-show areas that people are going to experience before they get on the ride. So this is an area that we celebrate the geological history of Niagara Falls. And some of the content you see playing on here, this is just test these screens.
Yeah, they're cool.
But yeah, we got a lot of screens in these areas. We're walking now into what we call the Ancestors Room. And
neat.
this is where we tell the Indigenous history of Niagara Falls.
So important. We've
been working with an Indigenous working group who advised us and really created the content that's going to be featured in this area. But we're going to tell the creation story here. So what you see here, these are LED fire pits when they come to life.
Oh, cool.
And we're working with a local Indigenous artist, Sarah General, and we've working with animation animation studio. We've taken her art and been able to animate it to bring it to life on these LED columns.
That is so cool. Okay, so you've got these kind of pre-rooms. Now, these are when people are kind of waiting in line? Is that kind of
it's sort of that. It's to set people up. We wanted to create a really fulsome experience.
Yeah.
So I think these, when you do any type of ride at, major parks and things now, this is a big part of it is what you experience before you get on the ride itself. So
totally, because it's
we
really,
flow out
you
of
learn.
this area.
Ooh, this is kind of cool.
This is our longhouse, so we have a transition space into our next major pre-show area, which is the waterfall room.
Oh, cool.
So in here, we start off, with the geological history. We talk about the indigenous history. This room, we talk about the post-contact history, so the past 350 years.
Just the past
There's a lot of history in Niagara Falls. So, here we celebrate, major people, major cultural moments, just major historical touch points that have happened in the destination. So we see over here, this is really the star of the room.
Here?
So they're putting the final touches here on what we're calling the waterfall of history. So it's a giant LED screen. You can see it goes all the way up over the ceiling and actually runs the length of the room behind you. This is what's going to display the media that happens in this room.
Okay, so these three, four.
Yeah, we got one more for you.
We have another one?
Yeah,
Okay, we're going to do this one quick because I know the main attraction's still to come in the next segment.
So this is our transporter. So this is an elevator that is going to take our guests down to our launch cavern where they're going to begin the ride from.
No way.
Yeah, so don't want to give too much away, but a little bit of a teaser for everybody.
Okay, well, coming up, we're going to take a look at a gondola, but I'm not going to say anything else, so you have to stay tuned for the next segment. So much more coming up from Niagara Parks on Morning Live. We made our way through the kind of pre-experience rooms here in Niagara Takes Flight, and we've made it to kind of the last stop. We've been through the elevator, we've made it up to the gondolas. Talk to me about the gondolas. Am I going to be sitting in a gondola?
Yeah, so what you see behind you, Emily, this is the ride itself. So what you see hanging out over this ledge is where our guests are going to be seated when they take their flight.
Okay, how many people is it going to seat at a time?
So it seats 48 people at a time. So there's 4 of these gondolas. There's 2 levels.
Okay.
Each one has 12 riders on it.
Okay, and does it spin?
Yes, it does. So what you see here, they are rotated into the theater. So behind the tarp that you see right here, we have a giant 17-meter wide dome screen that spans the entirety of this space. It goes up to the ceiling. It goes down below your feet and to the sides. So these gondolas move out into the screen. So when guests would enter this area, they would seat into them and then they would rotate out to where you see them now.
Okay, has anything been done like this before?
There's a few of these around North America. There's one in Chicago, there's one in Vancouver, New York, Las Vegas.
Big cities.
There's a few of them, yeah. But I think ours is going to be pretty special.
Well, this is the first of its kind here, that's for sure.
It's the first in Ontario, it's the second in Canada.
Oh yeah, because Vancouver's got one, of course. Well, I think it's going to be really neat. And the opening, August 29th. Now, I'm assuming, because you guys do everything big, there's going to be a big celebration for this.
There's going to be, we're going to have a ribbon cutting. We're going to be, we're excited to welcome people. It's going to be cool. We're excited.
It's going to be such a main attraction. Now, is this going to be a year-round thing, or is this
year-round? And that's something that's really was important to us with this. Being in Table Rock Center, right at the brink of the falls, it's our main tourist hub.
Yeah.
For everybody that comes to Niagara. For a lot of people, this is the first thing that they experience when they arrive in Niagara Falls. They come to Table Rock Center, and if they do this ride when they arrive here, it's going to set them up for a really great experience. They're going to have a little taste of what's to come.
Now, one more question, and I don't even know if you can answer it if you're allowed, but how did you guys get the footage of pretending to be on a gondola through Niagara?
Of course, yeah. So it's all filmed with FPV drones. We did months and months of scouting, and then in September, October, we show Niagara in all 4 seasons, so that's something that people are going to have the experience to see. Shoots at all of our sites along the Niagara River corridor. So the movie itself, the ride has 12 scenes in it.
Oh wow!
So you're going to see, obviously, you're going to see the Horseshoe Falls.
Yeah.
You're going to see in the day, you're going to see it at night, you're going to see it in winter, you're going to see it in the summer. But then, some of our other sites as well, many of our other sites. So, flying along the river, we have the Aero Car. We have a really cool scene at Old Fort Erie that shows a battle reenactment.
So sites that you potentially could have never seen before.
Yeah,
from an angle you've never seen before.
For people that have seen the sites, they're going to see them in a way they never have before. And
so
for people who haven't seen them, it's a really great taste of all the best that we have to offer.
All right, well, Niagara Takes Flight, that's the name,
Niagara
right?
Takes Flight.
Niagara Takes Flight opens the end of the summer. Thanks so much for having us, Chris. It's always a pleasure to come. What a wonderful place to bring the entire family. You got to check it out this summer. You can get all the information on their website and ours at chch.com.